So the very first feature we're going to have a look at setting up is the universal inbox. Now this is great because it combines messages from Instagram, Facebook, email, SMS, Google My Business, web chat. There's a widget we could put on your website and other social media channels. It basically combines them all into one inbox stream, which is really, really powerful. It lets you send and receive messages from all of those things in one place, which basically means nothing ever gets missed. So if you've ever had a client that might, message you on Facebook through your page, and then when they get the reminder on their SMS, they're replying there, and then they're getting an email somewhere else. And sometimes it can be a little bit like, oh, hang on, what did I say to them and where? And you forget the conversations, or sometimes the context can get lost. Well, this really solves that problem. It simplifies communication with our clients, and it's easier to communicate with clients in their preferred channel. So when you're replying, you know that they're going to actually see it because we can sort of choose which channel they end up seeing those messages in. Another great feature of this is that just as part of the way we set this up, it actually adds a chat button to your Google listing. So you can see the chat buttons here on this little screenshot of ours. This is pretty difficult to set up without this tool, or without a tool like this, and actually monitor that. So when those chat messages from Google, if someone searches and sees you and they click chat, they come straight into the same inbox as everything else as well. So it just makes everything handled really nice and neat together. It's simpler, it's easier, it's friendlier communication, which means it saves you time and means happier clients because there's just less fragmentation and confusion. Everything is simpler and easier. And this is just a little bit of what it looks like when you're in the system. We're going to set this up in a second, but I'll show you what it looks like once it is set up. You can see here, this is just this conversation with me. I'm talking to myself here. That's me being selected on the left, and this is what the conversation looks like. And you can see down the bottom here as well, I haven't shown this in the screenshot, but we can hit reply on either SMS, email, or Facebook message. They're the ones that this has got hooked up. And you can just see the conversations happening really, really easily like that. You can see that little icon there, a bit hard to see on this maybe, but you can see that's a Facebook Messenger icon, and that'll change icon color and shape, if it's Instagram or if it's an SMS, or whatever it might be. It sort of shows you in that from there as well. You can also see that's just a list of all the people who've come in. So you can just click down, you can go unread and all that kind of stuff to be able to click down and answer all of them that way. And there's a phone app. The phone app for our system works really, really well, connecting you with the leads that you're getting through this. So we'll run through installing the phone app as well in another lesson. But once you've got it, it means just like on the computer, on the phone, you've got just listed all the messages that are coming through. All of those channels are just in one inbox, so you can reply to them all just the same way on your phone, which is really great. So let's go jump in and actually get this set up. When you've got your brand new account, you'll see that you log in. Hang on, move that out of the way. You log in and you get to the Launchpad. Now, Launchpad basically just guides you through a couple of the very first things that we're going to do here. And it's these two, the Complete Google My Business and Connect to Facebook. These are the two that we're going to do first off anyway. Hang on, mine's already connected. There we go. I've reset that so it'll look more like yours. It says generate more leads, and we've got to click this connect button here. So when I click this, it's going to pop up a Google thing, and it's saying lead connector. That's the name of sort of how we connect to these different things. It brings all those different leads in, and I'm just going to choose my profile. Obviously, you'll have your own ones as well. And if I go all the way down here, click allow. We're not actually putting anything. I know it asks all these different permissions. We're not putting anything into Google by doing this. All we're doing is allowing it to get those Google My Business conversations and reviews and a couple of other bits and pieces that come through. So why didn't it do connect? Let's try hitting refresh and see if it's going to do something to this page. There we go. So refresh has come up like it did before. It says connect now, and it will say which account do you want to link to. So if you've got multiple businesses or something, you happen to have multiple pages, you might need to select it, but most of the time you'll just drop that down and select it. And if you've got Google Analytics connected, which you might or might not have, but if you do, you can select that one as well. And I think that's fine. That's just something you might have set up differently to us. But you just select your Google Analytics account in there as well. And that's great. That's as simple as that. You just click through and now Google My Business is already connected. Now we'll do this one now first, and then we'll go and have a test of that. But what I'm going to do now is click connect. It's telling me a little thing. It sort of gives me a little instruction about permissions here, but I've actually never needed to do that. It always just seems to work perfectly fine. So we go into the pop-up there. Same thing will normally happen. It will say, do you want to connect into Facebook? Mine's just already been connected and disconnected, which is why it shows it like that. But normally it will say, do you want to connect to Facebook? It will be your personal account, and that's fine because it uses that personal account to get to your business ones. We're not getting anything from your personal one. It can't message on personal or anything like that. It only messages on your business one. Once it's connected, you can see this. We actually have this drop down that says, which business are you going to connect to? So I'm going to connect to this one just for my demo, and then we click done. And what will happen now is we've got all these green ticks, or your mobile app won't show you either, but we've got Google is connected and Facebook is connected. So what I'm going to do right now is just open up Facebook and we'll give a little demo. So here we are. I've come to my own business page on Facebook, but I'm still logged in as me here. So I'm going to actually weirdly sort of message myself. And what we should see is that it will pop up in our inbox. So I'll pop that there. And actually, while we're waiting, I'll show you where this actually is here. So we've been on Launchpad, but I can click over to Conversations here. This is where we'll actually see conversations that are coming in. See, there's that one that I just typed. Hi, this is James. So there's only one there because it's brand new. And you can see that this one has come through Facebook Message. See, there's that little blue icon. What I'm actually going to do now, just to show you another feature of this, is I'm going to go over to Instagram. I'm also going to message here. So just say, message through there. Now we should see, here we are. See, it says, this is James again. Now, this one has a different icon because this one has come from Instagram. But what this can't tell, because I don't have an email address or anything to link these two accounts yet, they've got the same name, but different people can have the same name. So our system doesn't know that this is the same person. So what I can do is tell it. I can go over here to Contacts, and Contacts is going to list all the contacts I've got in the system, which for right now is just these two. I'm going to click on both of these that I know is actually the same person, and I'm going to click this button on the top of this menu here that says Merge. And Merge basically lets me join these two ones. And you can see it's basically going to sort of delete one, or as it merges, one of them will be removed and one of them will be kept. And so it's just going to say which one is the master record. This is the one that's been kept. And then what I do is I just look down here and I basically look for the details that are filled in and choose which side I want to keep in this merged one. And so all of these are there. There's actually not that much data here, but once you start filling things in like phone numbers and emails, you'll see all of those listed. And you just select whichever one it is that you happen to want to keep. Now, these, it doesn't really matter, but anywhere where I see one side blank and one side filled, I just choose the one that's filled. And then we always have to type confirm into this box because it's removing one of these. It's like, are you sure you want to do this? You type confirm in, hit resolve. And what this will do now is it will show us the one person, and see there's both of those messages in the one inbox now. If I was to go back to my contacts list, I'd actually see only, contacts list, I'd see only the one contact because they've been merged. So if I click this now, I'll see both of those conversations here in my conversations area. And when I hit reply, it's not coming up with the Instagram reply. Just hit refresh and we'll see what happens. Refreshing the page often solves funny little problems like that. Here we go. So then now it's got the Facebook message and Instagram, which is what we should expect to see because we've merged both of those in as the one person. It knows, and now I can hit reply on one of these and I can say, hey, thanks, whatever we want. And it will actually send it from me, and it's showing that little, that's the Messenger logo. It's showing that to say I'm sending that to this person on Messenger. So we've been able to set up in Launchpad our connector for Google My Business and for Facebook, mainly for the purposes of getting those into conversations. So any conversations that come in will be here. It's actually, if you ever do exactly what I did, it's a little bit confusing. It's because it's on unread, and I've got to click over onto all to now see that. And this is actually what I usually recommend that you will bookmark, is this particular page, conversations and all, because this is a great thing to be able to use your system for regularly. It's just every time you load it up from the bookmark, you come in here and you're seeing your conversations. It's like your inbox. You're able to look at all of those. Set that up. We've got it up and running. Everything is connected. So every new person that ever messages you now through Facebook, Instagram, or on Google My Business will be able to turn up in your inbox, which is pretty cool.